You are holding a smartphone in your hand. It is the most personal object you own. It contains your bank details, your private messages, your location, and the microphone that hears every word you say. You believe it is secure because you have a passcode and the latest software update. You are wrong. Somewhere in a quiet apartment in Singapore or a high-rise in Berlin, a person you will never meet has found a hole in that software. This hole is called a 0 day. It is a flaw that the creators of the phone don't even know exists. To the manufacturer, there are 0 days of protection against it. Welcome to the hidden hierarchy of cyber warfare. In the world of the 0 day broker, code isn't just math, it is a digital nuclear warhead. A single full-chain exploit, a sequence of bugs linked together, can turn your phone into a 24/7 surveillance device without you ever clicking a single link. No phishing email, no suspect attachment, just a silent, invisible entry. But the person who found this bug doesn't want to fix it. If they tell the manufacturer, they might get a thank you and a $5,000 bounty. If they tell a broker, they could walk away with $2 million in Bitcoin. This is the gray market. It is the secret stock exchange where the world's intelligence agencies, the NSA, the Mossad, the FSB, bid on the power to break into any device on Earth. It is a world of featureless silhouettes in expensive suits, where a thumb drive is worth more than a fleet of fighter jets. You are about to enter this hierarchy. You will start as a scavenger, hunting for crumbs in the code, and you will rise to become a ghost king, the man who decides which government gets the power to see everything. In this game, there are no good guys. There are only those who have the exploit and those who are its targets. The journey into the high-stakes world of digital arms dealing doesn't start in a boardroom. It starts in a dark room, usually at 3 a.m. with 3 monitors and a cold cup of coffee. You are a bug hunter, and in the hierarchy of cyber warfare, you are the scavenger. At this level, your life is a mechanical grind. You aren't hacking into the Pentagon. You are reading thousands of lines of assembly code, the raw, skeletal language of software. You are looking for a single mistake made by a tired engineer at Google, Apple, or Microsoft. You use a technique called fuzzing, where you use specialized software to throw millions of pieces of garbage data at a program, hoping to make it crash. 99% of the time, the crash is useless. It's just a bug that shuts the app down. But you are hunting for the 1%, the exploitable crash. This is a flaw where the software doesn't just stop, it loses control of its own memory. This is the crack in the armor. The life of a scavenger is lonely and financially unstable. You spend 20 hours a day staring at hexadecimal code, strings of numbers and letters like 0x414141, searching for a pattern. You have no salary. You live on bug bounties. These are legal rewards offered by companies like Facebook or Intel. You find a small flaw, you report it, and they send you a thank you email and perhaps $500 to $5,000. To the normal world, you are a hero helping to make the internet safer. But in the hidden hierarchy, you are just a beta tester for the big players. You are finding the low-hanging fruit. You are starting to realize that the $2,000 check you just received from a tech giant is a joke. You know that same bug, if kept secret and developed, is worth 50 times that on the gray market. You are tired of being the good guy for crumbs. You are ready to stop reporting the holes and start building the guns that fit into them. You are ready to stop being a scavenger and become a creator. A crash is just a broken engine. Anyone can break a machine, but it takes a master to make a broken machine do exactly what they want. You have graduated from being a scavenger who finds holes to being a gunsmith who builds the bullets. In the hierarchy of cyber warfare, you are now an exploit dev. Welcome to Level 2, the exploit dev. Your life is no longer about finding bugs, it is about weaponization. You take that memory error you found in a web browser or a kernel, and you begin the long surgical process of exploitation. Modern software has layers of armor, technologies with names like ASLR, Address Space Layout Randomization, and DEP, Data Execution Prevention. These are designed to stop a hacker from running their own code, even if they find a bug. As an exploit dev, you spend weeks writing return-oriented programming chains, tiny fragments of existing code that you stitch together like a digital Frankenstein monster to bypass the armor. You aren't just a coder, you are a logic architect. You are creating a proof of concept, or POC. This is a small, lethal script that proves, without a doubt, that you have remote code execution. You can make a computer in another country open its calculator or its camera just by sending it a specific string of data. The money has shifted. You are no longer interested in $2,000 bounty checks. You have entered the private market. You are receiving encrypted messages on Signal and Telegram from talent scouts. They don't represent Google, they represent private security firms in Europe and the Middle East. They offer you $50,000 to $150,000 for a single working exploit. You are living a shadow professional life. You have a real job as a software engineer by day, but by night you are a digital gunsmith. You have a specialized lab setup, multiple air-gapped laptops, hardware debuggers, and a massive library of leaked source code. You realize that your hobby is now a high-stakes trade. You are creating a product that will be sold to people who don't care about safety. They only care about access. You see the brokers circling. They're the ones in the $2,000 suits who don't know how to write a line of C++, but they know exactly who wants to buy your gun. You are ready to stop building the weapons and start controlling the deals. You have stopped staring at assembly code. The headaches from tracking memory leaks are gone, replaced by the high-stakes pressure of the deal. You realize that while the gunsmith builds the weapon, the one who sells it holds the power. You have moved from the laboratory to the lobby of a 5-star hotel in Dubai or a secure suite in Singapore. Welcome to Level 3, the junior broker, the middleman. In the hierarchy of cyber warfare, the broker is the vetting agent. You are the bridge between the brilliant, socially awkward exploit devs and the cold, professional buyers from government intelligence agencies. Your phone is a graveyard of encrypted apps, Signal, Telegram, Threema. Your job is verification. When a hacker claims they have a zero-click exploit for WhatsApp, you don't take their word for it. You have a team of technical auditors who test the code in an air-gapped sandbox to ensure it is lethal, stable, and most importantly, unique. If the bug has been leaked or patched, it is worthless. You are dealing in digital perishables. The money is no longer a bounty, it is a commission. A high-end exploit for a mobile operating system can sell for $200,000 to $500,000. As the junior broker, you take a 10 to 15% cut just for making the introduction and ensuring the escrow is secure. You are making $30,000 to $75,000 for a single successful transaction. You are learning the rules of the gray market. You never reveal the identity of the seller, and you never ask the buyer what they intend to do with the weapon. Your life is a professional secret. You wear tailored suits, fly business class, and attend cybersecurity conferences, but you aren't there for the speeches. You are there for the after-parties, where the real business happens in hushed tones over expensive scotch. You are building a network of trust in a world where everyone is a spy. You look at the one-off bugs you are selling and realize they are just small cracks. To get to the next level, you need more than a crack. You need a skeleton key. You need a full chain. You are ready to stop selling bullets and start selling total control. A single bug is a crack in a window. A full chain is the power to walk through the front door, disable the cameras, and sit in the owner's chair without anyone ever knowing you entered. You have moved past selling individual exploits. You are now a digital engineer of the highest order. In the hierarchy of cyber warfare, you are the full chain architect. Welcome to Level 4, the masterpiece. In the modern world, breaking into an iPhone or a hardened government server isn't a one-step process. It requires a chain of 5, 6, or 7 different 0 days linked together. The first bug breaks the browser. The second bug escapes the sandbox. The third bug escalates privileges. The final bug gains kernel access, total control. As the architect, you are the director of this digital heist. You don't write all the code yourself. You buy pieces from different gunsmiths around the world and stitch them into a seamless one-click or zero-click weapon. Your product is a masterpiece because it works every single time, on every version of the software, without crashing the device. The money has entered the 7-figure club. A functional, reliable full chain for iOS or Android is the holy grail of the gray market. You aren't dealing in thousands anymore. You are dealing in millions. A single chain can sell for $1 to $3 million. Your commission as the architect of this deal is enough to buy a villa in Southern Europe or a penthouse in Singapore. But the pressure is absolute. If the manufacturer releases a security patch the day before the deal closes, your $3 million weapon becomes a collection of worthless text files in a second. Your life is a high-tech fortress. You use custom-built encrypted hardware. You never connect your development machines to the internet. You move through the world like a shadow, using multiple identities and offshore companies to hold your wealth. You aren't just a broker anymore. You are a weapons systems provider. You are providing offensive capabilities to nations that want to win wars before the first shot is fired. You see the directors of intelligence waiting in the wings. They don't want to buy one chain. They want a subscription to your genius. They want a monopoly on your digital nukes. You are ready to stop being a provider and start being a player. You have stopped selling chains and started selling victories. In the hierarchy of cyber warfare, you have moved from the workshop to the war room. You are no longer just a middleman or an architect. You are the director of intelligence. You don't just provide the weapon, you provide the capability. Welcome to Level 5, the war room. At this level, your clients aren't individual hackers or private firms. They are nations. You are dealing with the cyber commands of the world's superpowers. Your product is no longer a USB drive with code. It is a full-service exploitation platform. You provide the targeting system, the payload, and the exfiltration tools. You allow a government to put a name into a search bar and within minutes have total access to that person's digital life, their encrypted chats, their deleted photos, and their real-time location. The money has shifted from deals to contracts. You aren't being paid $3 million for an exploit. You're being paid $20 to $50 million a year for a subscription. Your company provides a 0-day as a service model. You maintain the arms so the government can focus on the aims. You are the Blackwater of the digital age, a private military contractor for the invisible front lines. The pressure is no longer technical, it is geopolitical. You have to decide which countries are allowed to buy your weapons. If you sell to a dictatorship and they use your 0-day to track a human rights activist, your name ends up in an international blacklist. If you sell to a rival of the country you live in, you are a traitor. You spend your days in meetings with lawyers, diplomats, and security consultants who are actually high-level intelligence officers. Your life is a golden cage. You live in a world of high-altitude private jets and secure skiff sensitive compartmented information facility boardrooms. You are protected by a private security detail, but you know they are also reporting your movements to the local intelligence agency. You are too valuable to be free and too dangerous to be lost. You look at the global map of infections on your screen. You see the lights blinking in every capital city on Earth. You realize that you have created a world where privacy is a myth that only civilians believe in. You have reached the peak of the trade. You are the director.
You have reached the summit. At this altitude, the air is thin and the light is blinding. You no longer write code, you no longer broker deals, and you no longer sign contracts with generals. You have become the Ghost King. You are the market maker for the global trade in digital destruction. In the hierarchy of cyber warfare, you are the monopoly. Welcome to Level 6, the Ghost King. At this level, you own the platform that the rest of the world's intelligence agencies use to find their prey. You are the Zero Lodium, or the NSO of the elite shadow world. You don't just have one zero day, you have a library of vulnerabilities for every major operating system on the planet. Windows, iOS, Android, Linux, and even the proprietary software used by nuclear power plants and satellite arrays. Your business is exclusivity. You are the gatekeeper. If a nation wants to maintain its technical superiority, they must pay you a rent that is measured in the hundreds of millions. You aren't just selling a tool, you are selling national security. You have the power to decide which country remains blind and which country becomes all-seeing. You are the invisible hand that tilts the balance of power in regional conflicts without a single tank crossing a border. The pressure is total surveillance. You are the most hunted man on Earth and also the most protected. The FBI wants to flip you. The GRU wants to kidnap you. The Mossad wants to partner with you. You live in a non-extradition paradise surrounded by a private army of former special forces and counterintelligence officers. Your home is an electronic dead zone. No Wi-Fi, no cellular signals, only hardwired encrypted fiber optics that lead directly to your private servers. The money has become abstract. You have hundreds of millions in untraceable assets, hidden in complex layers of shell companies and cold storage crypto wallets. You could buy a small country, but you choose to remain a ghost. You wear a $50,000 watch that tells the same time as the $10 watch of the bug hunter you once were. You look at the zero-day horizon, you realize that you have built a world where every smart device is a potential weapon and every citizen is a potential target. You have reached the peak, and from here, the view is terrifying. You are the only one who knows exactly how fragile the modern world really is.